like what I'm saying? Listen, no. Weaknesses and vulnerability. Among the many things you must know about yourself is what can bring you down, so that it becomes your prayer point. Did you hear what I said? You must find out what can bring you down and start crying before the Lord. Roll like a madman and say, Lord, help me before I destroy my destiny. There are people today, the cancer that can bring them down is offense. So every time the devil wants to cause problem, he will make them to not be recognized in a place or create something, and they say, me. Politicians, that's how they get into trouble. Hallelujah. One of the biggest deception of Satan is this false idea of holiness, where people actually believe that because they've not gotten into any trouble, they are free. Moral trouble, economic trouble, and when it has to do with weaknesses, nobody has the right to point hands at everybody. Everybody lies down before God. You would have looked at the young boy David. In that boy was a murderer. Would you have believed that in that fine young man, ladies, that's the kind of man you would have wanted to marry? Yet if I told you you were about to marry a murderer, you would not believe it. David for you. Just because people have not acted out their lust does not mean they are free from it. Somebody who does not have, God forbid me, even if it's 1 billion and they call things they don't know anything about, instead of them to say, mercy, oh God, 1 billion, I will not leave Jesus for it. And then you are not paid salary for 3 months. And by yourself, you start scrolling your phone. You call X everything, Y everything, Z everything in search for who will give you money. And you will not know when you find yourself lying with a medical condition. Sorry, I just have this thing. There's one pain I can't explain. I need 400,000 for the pain. Who is treating you like that? Send me the money. And at the end of it, you say, look, anytime you feel you are standing, you are already on your way going down. The only reason why we stand, I am telling you, is by the mercy of God. And the earlier you accept this back, the better for you. There are many arrogant people who have made noise like this to their detriment. And today they have become a disaster to the nations. Vulnerabilities. An obsession for fame. There are people who love the Lord, but this obsession for fame, they would do anything to promote themselves to be famous. It is your assignment to be honest with yourself. What are my vulnerabilities? Now that there's no money in many places, that's when you will know people's vulnerabilities. How do you know vulnerabilities? When trouble comes. There are people who love God, but they can do anything doable. Let your imagination stretch as far as you think I'm saying. Once it will bring money, they are willing to do it. Hallelujah. Praise the name of the Lord. Are we together? For a child to arrange to kidnap their parents. You've heard of people arranging to kidnap their own loved ones. Then they join the people to cry. And after they are done crying, you've heard the story, is when they start sharing the money and the thing backfires. Then eventually someone will say, no, I didn't take that risk for nothing.